Hello everyone, Memory here. Shy is about to roam all over the place, making people go to jail in the coming patch. Pearl Abyss also threw out the play for free and buy 5k cash for a free upgrade to Explorer's package. The game has also spread to Xbox, mobile, and it is also about to make its way to PS4 consoles. These things add up together means many curious new players trying Black Desert out. However, this game does have a very steep learning curve. One of the conditions to get your free pass is to level a character to level 50 within a week. If you're starting out fresh without anyone's help, it might actually be a challenge if you don't have much playtime. This video is aimed for you new players to not only level your character to 50 quickly, but also what you should be doing afterwards if you want to catch up with the older players. I will play as a 100% free player in the EU server for the purpose of this video. As for people who are going to start on a totally fresh server like the PS4 version, most of the things will also be applicable to a certain degree, so don't worry. Anyways, let's get started. After you log into the game, you will need to choose a family name. All your characters will display this family name as well as their individual names. So this is probably the most important names that you don't want to screw up. After that, you want to choose a channel to go in. Choose a channel that has a little EXP up icon on them, which should be Olvia. You can always switch to other channels so you don't have to worry about not being the same channels as your friend. And here we are, the character creation. Most likely you will spend hours playing around with it. It's almost a separate game by itself. But don't worry if you screw something up, you can change your character anytime if you have a value pack, which I will get into later. In this game, there are significant benefits to your overall progression if you make many ults and level them up to 56 or above. So what characters should you choose? Well, if you have already done some research or you simply like the design of certain characters, go for them, 100%. Don't listen to others, because games are meant to be fun and play as the player desires. But if you're not sure, I'll provide some advice here. First, make a witch or a wizard. No, I mean yes, I am a witch main, so I recommend this class with a bias. But there are reasons to it, so hear me out. Witchers are pretty much the top tier grinding class in the early to mid stage of the game. Late game, they still remain as one of the top grinders. In Node Wars, Witchers are one of the favorite class because of their buffs and heal. And they can also dish out heavy AoE damage. Their main weakness are probably 1v1 PvP and mobility. Making a witch or a wizard is mainly for getting through the early content and grinding gear for your other characters. Of course, if you ending up liking the witch, then you are very welcome to the witch club. The second character slot should be your favorite / main character if you don't like playing mages. For example, at this time a large portion of the new player is probably want to try out Shy, since she is the new character. The third character I would suggest is Tamer. And no, it's not because she's a lolly, but rather it's because she can summon a mount to ride on. You're probably not going to get a decent mount for each ult, so having a character that has their own mounts inbuilt is a good reason to create one. Similarly, the rest of the ult choice is based on mid to long range mobility. You should choose either Musa or Meiwa as your fourth choice. They pretty much have infinite dashes as long as they have stamina. The fifth ult should be a Lahn. Her flying mobility skill is way too fun not to have one. I've made a video all about Lahn, link in the description below if you want to check her out. As for the final slot, I recommend either Ranger / Archer or Mystic / Striker. Ranger Archer has the fastest sprint speed in the game, so for long distance AFK traveling, they are the fastest. Mystic and Striker are the more popular classes. Is being a popular class really a reason to make an ult for it? The answer is yes. And that is because in this game, boss weapons is dropped as a box that is untradeable. The class that opens the box will determine the weapon type. And there are many classes that share the same main hand and offhand weapons with each other. So for example, Ninja, Kunoichi and Tamer all uses short sword as their main hand weapon. So if you want to sell a weapon box, you can open the box with the character that is more popular for a higher price. This also means picking all your ults so that they all use different main hand weapon is also important. As you can see on the screen, I realized the last two classes use the same main hand weapon as the first two classes, so I decided to delete them. And now I'm settled with Meiwa, Tamer, Witch, Lahn, Mystic, and Ranger. Alright, now you finally enter the game, you'll be greeted with overwhelming amount of stuff. After you're done playing around with them, start doing the main quests. You should only do the quests that has the main quest icon on them. Or if you see they give you inventory expansion slot as the reward. Start all the Black Spirit quests and complete those that are easy to do, which should be instantly completed most of the time. If you're lost, just click the little arrow button and it will either summon your Black Spirit or it will waypoint you to the location for starting and finishing the quests. Once you have the waypoint, you can just press T and it will auto walk you to the destination. The quests will give you basic gears and they are usable until after level 50, and AP is always more important than DP at this point. The story quests might be different for those who are starting from a fresh server, but the story quest is still a must for your fresh account. You will get various gold and silver bars from quests and login rewards, which can be turned into silver by talking to any storage keeper. Don't forget to check the Black Spirit save and the challenge tab for freebies too. The PlayStation New server might not have the Black Spirit save yet, so just check your mail. After you have your first 2 to 3 mil, check out the marketplace and fill up your accessory slot with items that are under 1 mil. The rest of the free gear from the quest should be enough to fly you through until you need your next upgrade. Eventually, you will get around 8 million silver again, which you should be trying to get a plus 15 Leverdo weapon from the market. Do not ever enchant this weapon. The only reason you're buying this is it is very cheap, because everyone gets a free plus 15 Leverdo box by leveling any character to 55 the first time. This weapon is enough to get you through to level 56 or maybe even above. As for new server people, I suggest enchanting Elsh or Uria weapon as your main weapon to around plus 8 for the time being. Elsh weapon has more accuracy, so it is beneficial going against mobs that are higher level than you. Uria on the other hand is for people who likes to PvP. It should be pretty easy to level up by doing quests up until you finish the Kelfian part of the story quests. After that, it is the beginning of your grinding journey. Head to the Menshia forest here until you're around level 47, and switch to the catfish camp right beside it until level 50. You will have to receive an item from Black Spirit to be able to level over 50, because that is when your character can be attacked by other people who flagged up. The new server people might have to do a quest instead to break the level 50 cap, and you will hit an EXP wall at this point, since Medea region might not be out yet. When you reach level 50, buy yourself a plus 15 offhand weapon that has the highest accuracy you can find on the market. Buying an already enchanted gear is always going to be cheaper than you enchanting yourself, unless you are playing for higher enchantment. Buy some cheap crystals to max your attack speed and cast speed. I have a video about crystal selection down in the description if you need more details on those. Make sure you have at least 110 DP, and then head over to the Medea region here that has the subjugation icon on the map. When you enter the area, there will be a counter appear on your screen. When you kill enough of the mob on that area, you will be able to just receive an item. Start from the necklace, and then the ring, and then the earring, and finish up at the belt. You will be level 56 by the time you get all these accessories. Don't bother enchanting them because you will change them out later. These accessories are for older server players only. They need to catch up with the old players, that's why they have these. When you reach level 56, you should complete the Black Spirit Awakening quest. This is basically a job change. The new server probably won't have the class awakening yet, so just skip to the next step. After you've done that, you can either transfer your gear to another character by putting them into the storage and repeat the same story quest line to get the rewards, or you can start trying out life skills. Since you're a complete free player, right now you should only have 1 or 2 free pets, which is definitely not enough for you to grind efficiently. Therefore, focusing on life skills and leveling ults will grant you more silver compared to grinding. I have another video about how to make easy money for new players, which will also be linked in the description. Alright, here's a few other things that I want to mention. Firstly, when you talk to NPCs that has these icons above them, or if they are a question mark on the minimap, that means you can get the knowledge from talking to them. Killing monsters will also have a chance to get their knowledge as well. These knowledge are used to increase your maximum energy. When you do quests, you will get some contribution EXP. After you get a character to level 56, you can park it in Calpheon to do the daily quest there to boost your contribution points. Energy and contribution points are used to create your very own worker empire. Some of these nodes has resources that could be gathered by workers. You need the contribution points to link and invest into nodes to allow your workers to work there. You need energy to pick up higher grade workers to work for you. Some of the excavation sites is only available after you spend energy on the node manager, after you have invested contribution point into that particular node. Again, I have another video in the description about what nodes are good if you don't know which one to get. After the first week, I'm at 12 active workers with 2 artisans running, which is very lucky. Secondly, find yourself a good guild to help you do the daily scrolls that you get from the Black Spirit, and maybe even willing to give you guild pay. You can also do relic scrolls together. These might not make sense to you yet, but they will after you play the game for a while. Having a good guild that helps you grow definitely goes a long way. Finally, the value pack is kinda like a $15 per month subscription that gives you many extra perks, but you can also get them for free from quests and achievements. They can also be bought from the central market with silver, but you might have to wait a while before someone would actually sell it. When you get your free ones, save them up, because one of the most important functions that it gives is reducing the tax in the central market. You will only get 65% of the money back when you sell anything on the market. But with the value pack on, you will get 85% of the money back instead. The description says something about 30% is a bit misleading. What it meant is you will get 65 plus another 30% of that 65%, which is 19.5%. So at the end, it is 65% plus 19.5%, which is around 85%. Originally, I wanted to make this into a Let's Play series, but I'm not funny enough, and also that means I have to do a lot more editing, which I don't have the time to. So I decided to make it into something else that kinda looks like a guide. If you're an old player and you got more suggestions, please comment down below for the new people. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed it. If this did help you out, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.